there are two projects of yours that had a profound impact on my life that literally changed my life when I was a kid.
Mm.
And the first one was Women of Brewster Place.
Oh.
And I've told this story before. My mother, it was March of 1989. I'll never forget it. And my mother said, "You are not going anywhere for the next 2 nights. You are going to sit down and watch this with me." And I don't think I was 12. I don't think I'd ever 11 or 12. I think I was 11. I don't think I'd ever seen black women in that light because I was so young. You know what I mean? I was just I
Yeah.
was I was like I was a kid. I was a baby. And your character and your performance really stayed with me for the rest of my life. And I want to thank you for that. And I just wanted to know, what are your memories of Women of Brewster Place? What are your memories? And that was really ahead of its time. We had seen Roots, but this was much different. Oprah, Jack A, Robin Givens, Cicely Tyson, good God, Leon. You know what I'm saying? What are your memories of that project?
Leon, Paula Kelly. I mean, it was just
Oh,
my memories were are wonderful. Um, just an ensemble of such impressive human beings. Um, Oprah, that was, I think that's the first television show or miniseries that she produced. My memories of our scenes, which were very intimate, uh, and very gentle. Uh, I remember those scenes very much because of the vulnerability that my character had at the moment. I remember um, feeling a sense of power and joy. The final scene of
oh,
of the miniseries when all of the characters were there. Um, and when we knocked down the wall, it was just a sense of real woman power, but not knowing that it would be a classic or anything. Um, Working with the artist, taking the photograph that then became a painting, that then became, it. So it was so many wonderful, wonderful memories. But at that time, you don't really know that what you're making is a classic that'll
the
stand the
work.
test of time. You're just
Yeah.
telling a story. Um, but Paula Kelly, I mean, who I had admired for so many years in my own life. I mean, Sweet Charity, what an incredible dancer and actress Paula Kelly was. Uh, Lynetta McGee.
Oh my
uh,
gosh. Love her.
What
Sparkle.
classic? I
Yeah.
had been watching Lynetta McGee since the Blaxploitation days. I had been
Yeah.
watching, Cicely Tyson. I met her when I was a child when she was doing Sounder in Baton Rouge. She, my father did made her gold tooth for Miss Jane Pittman. It was all of these forces all together of dynamic talented human beings. And I think everybody was just going along, making sure that their characters were intact, that we were telling a wonderful ensemble story that ended up
And
being,
y'all had gay characters in that, which was ahead of its time. No one
yeah,
had ever seen gay black women on television before.
I know, and of a certain age. They weren't like high
Yeah.
school, like in high school or junior high, just exploration. They were a settled lesbian couple,
Mm.
and we also saw through Harriet Cole, I believe,
Mhm.
uh, the nosy neighbor, you know,
Yes, I
just
saw
how
you. I
very
saw you.
conservative, just how very conservative. Black people are, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're given this reputation for being so buck wild, and they're just,
Mhm.
wild and out there and dangerous, and that, just doing all kinds of things. But Black people, for the most part, are fairly conservative human beings, a
Yeah.
fairly
Yeah.
conservative race. So you got to see that through the nosy neighbor character, and just to see, the strife, put yourself in that place, what it was like to be in the whatever year that was, the late 60s, or I don't remember the year
Yeah.
of the Women of Brewster place exactly, but yes, to have a stable lesbian couple was
That
crazy.
that scene when you're in the bed when your daughter dies and Oprah saying come back, come back. I felt like there were no cameras. I felt like, okay, I'm in somebody's apartment right now. What was that for you emotionally? It was. I mean, you
Well,
should have got every Oscar, Emmy,
that that
Tony,
is that
whatever the award.
that is really interesting because I remember uh plotting that scene and the plan for the scene with my acting coach, David LeGrant, who was my acting teacher. He wasn't a coach. And just how do I approach this? But without melodrama, right? Because I'm not good with the trembly lip kind of melodrama kind of thing. And so I remember the decisions that I made to make it the simplicity and the stillness of that kind of grief. Um, and the what I used, because actors use different, uh, different techniques or so to allow myself to be still enough just to let that pain ooze out of her soul. And gratefully, that was accomplished. Oprah said she remembered me saying, there's a quote somewhere on the internet. She remembered me saying, can I just do that again? I think it was the stillness in the bed. Yes. And she said, I said, I think I could get it 1 centimeter better. I don't remember that. I was in a zone, but um, yeah, I think we got the simplicity and the stillness sometimes of grief. It's not always, hollering and screaming and beating your chest and it's sometimes the shock of loss is so great that it just is something happening to you. And prayerfully, and that it resonates with you still means that that was achieved. And I'm so grateful for that because you never know when you're doing television whether something actually touches your audience. You can't see them, it's not theater, you know, and you're telling me it still stays with you. So
I
thank
watch
you
it once
so
a year.
much.
I watch it once a year. I always make sure I watch to keep me centered. I'm telling you, it's had a big impact on my life as a writer, as a black man, as a black gay man. It really, really changed my life.